Hello everyone, I'm Bree90. We are back again talking about one dummy in particular trying to push a false narrative about Eric July, and it's always absolutely hilarious watching these clowns get BTFOed and destroyed in the comments, and again absolutely ratioed multiple times. Now this is the second clown that this has happened to, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's one of our favorite clowns here on this channel, Beans. It is absolutely funny to watch him push a fake narrative, and he thought he was going to get a win. He thought he was going to get those back pats, those head pats from good old Throat Goat. But it's hilarious to watch, and we're just going to talk about it really quick. But first, we're going to start with the ISOM number 3 pre-order collection. 43 days left to go. 486,549 with 7,953 total books sold. We have Zaylen with 35 days. $124,288 in total sales. 4,407 books total sold. So we're going to move over to this, right? So there was an individual who decided to call this individual here, Dominic, fat. Of course, someone took it upon themselves to do that as he was sharing his pictures of his Rippaverse merch that he recently got. We call it Tablegate because apparently it's bad for you to put Rippaverse stuff on your bed and take a picture because apparently losers, crackheads online, have nothing left. Now we've started this whole thing where it's like, oh, now Rippaverse fans don't have tables. Like, this is how low the bar has gone, and they literally have nothing left. Now they're talking about how because you don't have a table, you're somehow dumb. So this clown goes ahead and says, here's Eric July calling a random person a head. Remember this? Next, Eric is losing an argument. Bro, your sentence makes no sense. It's supposed to be, remember this next time Eric is losing an argument or being called for his gay hypocrisy but claims he is above all this, moving different. So, for the dummy like you, Gay Beans, who looks like a flamboyant weirdo, when Eric says moving differently, he's talking about not going back and forth and interacting with clowns like you. What Eric has always done, including with me, is defend fans. I literally had a person talk about how Eric should be ashamed of me, and he literally came out and said he would never be ashamed of having a fan like me. So he's basically doing the same exact thing here with Dominic. So Eric goes on to say, Ked, here's the thing. Dom's been getting more and more athletic. Though you're so angry that you're targeting fans of the Rippaverse, this is a great opportunity to show Dom's progress. A little over a year ago versus now. I'm so proud of the dude. But of course, he left out the context because he's a clown. It's literally right there. We have MSK ratioing you, saying, man, dude, you're effing stupid. You even got ratioed in the comments. You thought you had an own by putting this picture, saving a picture of me and LG on a stream. As we're talking about failing sales over here from CG or new CG, and just because MSK said this, it's like, this is MSK's humor. This is how he talks all the time, but you couldn't see it as a joke. Why'd you cut out the full context of that in an attempt to make Eric look bad? Dermy Wormy says, he called a random dude who called my friend and one of his fans fat a dickhead. Yeah, that's a real W there. By the way, Dominic has been working harder than most to lose weight, and it shows. I see you cut out the context where one of your pathetic ilk told him not to wear his Rippaverse shirt out in public. Yes, Eric called a random dickhead a dickhead for insulting one of his fans. It's well deserved. Dickhead. Yeah, he called that guy dickhead because that guy's a dickhead, just like you're a dickhead and a piece of shit. It's hilarious how they're just getting at him. You have got to be the most dense human being on the planet. Either that or you're willingly handing out disinformation. What this guy did was uncalled for behavior, which usually is the kind of behavior that comes from teenagers. We got Bruce here, ratioing you as well. Yes, Eric called a fan who showed excitement for recently getting a Rippaverse order in got attacked by some hater. That dickhead then looked through the fan's profile to attack his appearance. Eric defended the fan and called out the dickhead. Yep, Old Man Grim saying, shut up. This post didn't go the way you thought, did it? Why'd you cut out the context? Because this is what the person actually said. Knowing nothing more than what you posted here, it's obviously that you're a tool, and Eric July is completely correct. In context, you're probably even worse of a human being. Yes, he is. Because this is a guy who literally has a wife and children at home, but it seems to me that his wife goes off and Tyrone every night as he's sitting here trying to talk a bunch of shit. You cut out the context because you know Eric July is justified because that account was attacking one of his fans saying they could lose a few when the guy had lost a lot of weight to begin with. You are abysmal. Dog shit. Ratioed again. Context right now. Why are you weirdos always so disingenuous? Even without context, it's clear that Eric is talking to someone who said something about Dominic's weight, and Eric is coming to Dom's defense. You're not a random person anymore, though. You tagged a member of the Rippaverse community. You introduced yourself to the responses you're getting. Straight brains, he was calling him a dickhead for commenting on a stranger. So warranted, grasping for straws like you do brain cells. Out of context. Ratioed again. That was him replying to a dickhead who was calling a stranger fat because the dickhead doesn't like the comments the stranger likes. We have Dreams Uncharted, ratioed you as well. You're lying, we know you're lying, and you know we know you're lying. But you're lying anyway. You got 2A James also ratioing you. It wasn't a random person. It was a specific person who was insulting one of Eric's fans and customers. Ratioed again. There is the context OP willfully omitted. You're welcome. Yeah, it's over for you, dog. You're omitting the entire exchange. Again, you got ratioed. What do you have to gain for lying? Is there some end goal you're trying to achieve? Yes, he's trying to get those head pats from the throat goat. We already know, you disingenuous prick. I'm guessing you were dropped in the head by your alcoholic mother. The fact that people know you're lying and you do it anyway makes me think you have no shame and you don't care if you damage your credibility. He doesn't have any credibility. He's a clown. He's a weirdo. And you're just getting destroyed by almost everybody here. You got ratioed again. This is transparently him standing up for a fan. How on God's green earth can you have read this in any other way? Here's the context. You left the person, showing at the bottom right there that he was responding to somebody because you're stupid and don't know how to use Twitter because you're a boomer. Man, you people are the worst liars, and this is a very good way to make yourself lose credibility. Good job. Again, he never had any credibility to begin with. Is that a stranger calling you a CG cockroaches like this clown are hypocrites, liars? You saw what that kid said. Stop lying. It was because the guy was calling him fat, but you left that part out, didn't you? This is why the rest of the internet laughs at kids like you, because you keep acting like kids. This is the same guy who will follow people like Fraud Tony or the Moist Back, the Junk and Fat, the Mastersons of the world. That's all you get, bro. You deserve it. You deserve to be ratioed into the ground because you are a literal retard. You are a literal asshole. And we all know this. You follow Eric July on literally any stream he goes on, like a god ex-girlfriend. You swear up and down that he did some things that he didn't do, and you yourself have even said that you came into CG out of spite for Eric. You literally did. It's absolutely hilarious. Like, it's so funny how that works. I even say it here, Stray Beans, or as I call him, Gay Beans, because he has a weird obsession with me and Eric, is the same guy that said this. Dude is married with kids and acts like an ex-girlfriend online. The guy looks flamboyant as f*** too. Literally him saying, I got into CG out of spite for Eric July. And this is you, my guy. You try to say, oh, Eric's saying this. But you look like this, bro. And you're supposed to be a teacher as well? That's another thing. You are a teacher. I feel bad for any of the children that get taught by an idiot like you. Looking like this. Got this guy, oh, how do you know it's him? Well, here's another picture that he tagged me in himself. There you go. Another picture he tagged me in. They look exactly the same, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? This is exactly the kind of flamboyant crap that this guy always does. And if you look at his Twitter, it's literally just him obsessed with me and obsessed with Eric July. Claiming we're lolcows, apparently, even though you're doing this. Like, get the f*** out of here, bro. Go f*** your wife instead of letting Tyrone f*** her all the time. Jesus. Go get a life. Go find a hobby, my guy, with your bum. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below how you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on the channel. Consider becoming a member for just $1 a month. There's a join button down below the video. You get access to live stream emojis as well as members-only content. And if you can't spend the buck, you're never obligated to do so. I do appreciate you watching the videos and checking out the live streams. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.